$600 million of Timberwolf securities is what you sold. Before you sold them, this is what your sales team were telling to each other. Boy, that Timberwolf was one shitty deal.
It was from the head of the division, not the sales force.
Whatever it was, it's an internal Goldman document.
This was an email to me in late June.
Right, and you sold
after the
Timberwolf.
Transaction.
No, you sold Timberwolf after as well.
We did trades after that.
Yeah, okay. And how much of that shitty deal did you sell to your clients after June 22, 2007?
Mr. Chairman, I don't know the answer to that, but the price would have reflected levels that they wanted to invest in.
Oh, of course, but they don't know you didn't tell them you thought it was a shitty deal.
Well, I didn't say that.
No, who did? Your people, internally. You knew it was a shitty deal, and that's what your email showed. Hundreds of millions of that deal after your people knew it was a shitty deal. Does that bother you at all? I'm going to keep using that word because I want you to understand what's in the customers' minds. Right. That you don't think it's junk. You don't think it's crap. You don't think it's shitty.
Well, it depends on how you mean that. We might sell.
How I mean it, these are your employees who believe it.
Can I explain? If we sell something to a client, a customer, let's just say we've owned it and we sell it to them at 20 cents on the dollar. They buy it at 20 cents. It doesn't mean we think it's a terrific piece of paper, but they think it's worth more than 20 cents. Clearly, we think
if your employees think that it's crap, that it's a shitty deal, do you think that Goldman Sachs ought to be selling that to customers? And when you are on the short side betting against it, I think it's a very clear conflict of interest. And I think we got to deal with it. Now, you don't, apparently.
I do not necessarily think that's the case.
And when you heard that your employees in these emails, when looking at these deals, said, God, what a shitty deal. God, what a piece of crap. When you hear your own employees or read about those in the emails, do you feel anything?
I think that's very unfortunate to have on email.
Are you embarrassed?
And very unfortunate. I don't.
On email, it's
please don't take that.
How about feeling that? Goldman salesperson described it as junk, not to the buyer, of course, but inside. The CDO imploded within 2 years. Your clients lost. Goldman profited. How do you expect to deserve the trust of your clients, and is there not an inherent conflict here?
Our clients' trust is not only important to us, it's essential to us. It is why we're as successful a firm as we are and have been for 140 years. We are one of the largest client franchises in market making in these kinds of activities we're talking about now, and our client base is a pretty critical client base for us, and they know our activities and they understand what market making is.
My question is there not a conflict when you sell something to somebody and then are determined to bet against that same security and you don't disclose that to the person you're selling it? Do you see a problem?
In the context of market making, that is not a conflict. What clients are buying or customers are buying is they're buying an exposure. The thing that we are selling to them is supposed to give them the risk they want. They are not coming to us to represent what our views are. They probably, the institutional clients we have, wouldn't care what our views are. They shouldn't care. I don't think our clients care, or they should care.
That you are betting against the security you're selling to them? They don't care?
You say betting against.
Yeah, you're betting. You're going short against the very security. You're holding a short position against the very security. I read you over and over and over again. You're selling securities, many of which are described as crap by your own sales force internally. Putting that aside just for a moment, we'll come back to that. That makes it worse. But there's an inherent conflict when you don't disclose to your client that this security that you're buying from us has obviously a short side, but we're the people who are keeping the short on this one. We're betting against this security succeeding. And you don't think that's relevant to a client?
I know that these are, we live in different contexts, and this is a professional, this is a
I'm just talking about a human context.
In a human context, The markets work on transparency with respect to what the item is. It doesn't carry representations just of what a position the seller has